Here are my 6 strategies that you can use to reduce your calories without tracking them. I know so many people don't like tracking their food or just macros. Today I'll give you 6 strategies that you can apply if you want to reduce your calories without tracking. And on to my first one, which is eating out less. And the reason I'm always against eating out is because of the obvious reasons. Number one, you realize you're not in control of the portions that you're being served at the hotel. Number two, you'll not be in control of the ingredients that are being used to prepare the meals. Number three, which is the most important one, you'll not be in control of the amount of oil being used to prepare the what? The meal. You need to understand this. 1 gram of fat contains 9 calories. 1 gram of carbs contain 4 calories. 1 gram of protein contains also 4 calories. If you notice, the grams in fats, of course, they have doubled up the grams in protein and not grams, but sorry, calories in protein and carbs. Carbs is not a problem. How you prepare them is the problem. And that's why when it comes to fat loss, we recommend changing your cooking style from deep frying to boiling, roasting, and baking. And the last one, which is, by the way, you'll also mitigate the risk of food poisoning. Number two is try to minimize liquid calories, because again, you will not account for how many calories are in that fluid. Taking tea with bread, of course, you realize you eat more bread than if you ate bread alone and tea alone. Taking succulent food that contains soup, you'll tend to eat lots of that than if the food was dry. Just trying to eat a fluid with something, you realize that something will eat lots of it courtesy of this fluid. When it comes to even fruit juices, it isn't bad, never been bad, but the thing is, you cannot account for how many calories that are in that container. What you need to understand is, if I give you 6 apples and I tell you to finish these 6 apples, chances of you finishing them are slim to none. But if I blend 6 apples and I tell you to take this glass, the juice of 6 apples, of course, again, it'll be the opposite. You might finish that whole 6 apples in liquid format. If you're feeling thirsty, go for Coke Zero. It has 0 calories, or go for water. Anytime you feel like, I feel like sipping some sugary drink. Number 3 is try to cook from your home more often. For obvious reasons, again, food control, portion control, fat control or oil control, and also mitigate the risk of food poisoning, because now it's from your pot. You can be able to be in control of everything that you're doing inside that kitchen. Of course, those people who have been eating from outside can bear me witness. They have realized so many changes when they switch from outside, that is eating from vibandas and from eating from their crib. This one even is a no-brainer. And also you realize that the quality of food is good compared to outside. And it's even cheaper or affordable. I think it's cheaper eating from your crib than eating outside. Point number 4, it's try to minimize your fat that you're using to prepare meals, or oil, because of the same obvious reasons. Carbs are not the problem, how you prepare them is the problem. So if you're deep frying constantly, all your meals must undergo the frying process for it to be prepared. Again, you're just spiking up your calories for no apparent reasons. Remember, when it comes to fat intake, it doesn't matter whether it's avocado, whether it's butter, whether it's ghee, whether it's tallow, whether it's eggs, whether it's anything that's rich in fat. As long as you're just eating them carelessly, you just spike up your calories unknowingly. Instead, try to limit or minimize those foods that are rich in that angle. If, like, for instance, you give me rice with beans, I'll just do this because my body needs fats. I'll boil the rice without fats, and then I'll use avocado, just a slice of it, and eat it. If I'm doing, let's say, eggs, instead of me frying them, I'll boil them. If I'm doing chapati, instead of me going for chapati, I think I'll go for bread, because bread is baked, chapati is fried. So instead, I'll just try to minimize the fat intake in my overall meals. The last one, I think, number 6, if I'm not wrong, it's try to increase your protein intake per meal. In every meal, the food must contain some content of protein. Why? Because protein is more satiating. Satiating means you'll be fulfilled for a long period of times, and also it has a high thermic effect. High thermic effect means that you will need a lot of energy for you to break down protein and also to absorb it. Even these other foods, they do have thermic effect, but protein and fiber, they do have a higher thermic effect. Your body cannot store protein as fats because it doesn't have that mechanism. You can only store fats and carbs because that is how they operate, those two. And last one, before I forget, is snacking. Try to minimize it to the bare minimum. Meaning you can, if you want to snack, this is my rule, snack from outside, go to the supermarket, grab whatever thing you like and eat it from there. Don't carry any piece with you back home. Because if you stock your kitchen like a candy shop, you realize just anytime you feel like snacking, you'll have an excuse of snacking because they're right in the kitchen. But if you don't, you'll be like, it's late, I can't go outside and buy. Just let me kill my cravings by drinking water or doing something like that. Instead, I'll transform my kitchen into a grocery store whereby if I feel hungry, I'll grab some bites like an apple, an orange, or something like that, eat it, and I'll still be good. It has a high thermic effect. Anything that is rich in fiber has a high thermic effect. Your body needs a lot of energy for it to be broken down. Try to stock your kitchen like a grocery store. And again, you'll just see wonders if you do that because of the obvious reason. If you eat candies, you're just feeding your body with empty calories. But if you feed in this apples and things like that, thermic effect, so you'll be more satiated, you'll not feel hungry, you'll be in control of hunger and appetite. You'll just kill so many binge behaviors. And that is how you reduce your calories without tracking them. But the empirical way of mitigating these things, it is through tracking, using numbers, like using a kitchen scale and an app. That is the only way you can be accurate. But this one we are still guessing, but it's better than just eating anyhowly. That is how you can reduce your calories without tracking. And peace out.